How expensive is Tokyo, Japan in 2024? Let's take a look. Starting with economy flight costs, you should expect to pay between $650 and $1,000. Anything more is higher than average and not considered a very good deal. In terms of airlines, Zip Air Tokyo is Japan's international budget carrier and flies out of western United States, Seoul, and Bangkok. Zip Air usually runs about $800 to $900, but I've booked multiple flights through them for under $700 with everything included. Airlines such as American, United, Delta, ANA, and Japan Airlines will cost around $1,000, but I've seen them upwards of $100 to $200 during peak travel seasons such as March, April, and July, August. Next, let's take a look at hotel costs, assuming you'll be staying for about 1 week. Tokyo is very large, and trying to find the best hotel can be very overwhelming. If you want more detailed information on the best places to stay, feel free to check out the link in the description for our Ultimate Japan Travel Guide. It's the best Japan travel guide for first-time travelers and covers everything you need to know in detail. For now, we will take a look at 3 different hotel options: Saver, Business, and Luxury hotels. Of course, this all depends on the time period you are traveling. Saver hotels are perfect for anyone looking to save costs on accommodation in order to spend elsewhere, and they will typically cost $60 a night. Next up are Business hotels, which will cost you around $120 a night. Lastly, a nice 5-star luxury hotel in Tokyo starts at about $400 a night, depending on the hotel. Food in Tokyo is relatively cheap compared to most metropolitan cities. However, the portion sizes are quite small at most restaurants. There are thousands of local eateries, cafes, food stalls, and restaurants throughout the city serving a wide variety of cuisines. If you're on a tight budget, you can get by on 3,500 yen, which is roughly $24 per day per person. However, if you're a foodie and want to treat yourself to Tokyo's amazing food scene, I highly recommend budgeting 8,000 yen, which is roughly $55 per day per person. Fine dining in Tokyo will typically cost $120 per person just for dinner, or $375 for the most luxurious restaurants in the city. Entertainment varies greatly depending on your lifestyle, hobbies, and interests, so for the sake of this video, we will keep it simple. I will include daily expenses for visiting some of Japan's most popular tourist attractions, as well as a few spontaneous adventures that might arise during your trip. If you are planning on visiting all the main attractions such as Tokyo Tower, Tokyo Skytree, Team Lab, Tokyo National Museum, and Shinjuku Gion National Garden, you are looking at spending around 9,500 yen or $65 per person for the whole trip. I would take an additional 3,000 yen or $30 in case you decide to visit any unplanned temples or attractions. One of the most important things you'll need for your Japan adventure is a SIM card. Pocket Wi-Fi is also an option, but I highly recommend a SIM card. It's much more convenient to use, and having a Japanese phone number can be very useful in a number of situations. I am a huge fan of Mobile Japan SIM. The price for their 30-day SIM with voice calling and texting is 7,920 yen or about $53. This SIM card will give you access to Google Maps while you're out and about, as well as let you receive texts from restaurants regarding reservations, etc. Lastly, let's take a look at whether the JR Rail Pass is worth your money. The new price for the pass is 70,000 yen or about $470. Unless you will be traveling to Kyoto, Osaka, Fukuoka, and more within your 7-day trip, buying the rail pass is not worth the extra money, especially if you're just staying in Tokyo. 1 week's worth of transportation throughout Tokyo won't cost you more than $70 per person. This is assuming you take public transportation such as subways, monorails, and buses. Taxis in Japan are very pricey and should be avoided if you're on a budget. Don't worry though, Tokyo's public transportation is one of, if not the best in the whole world. So, in total, a comfortable trip to Japan in 2024 will cost you a minimum of $1,500 for one person. If you're traveling as a couple or with a friend, you're looking to spend about $3,600 for 2 people. This is assuming you do not purchase the Japan Rail Pass and one of you buys a SIM card for their phone. If you have any questions or need help planning your adventure of a lifetime to Japan, head on over to luxurytraveljapan.com. We will make sure you have the trip of a lifetime. See you soon, and we can't wait to help you make the most of your travels.